Good afternoon, and welcome to the pinning ceremony for the Cuyahoga Community College Associate Degree Nursing class, Spring 2020. At this time, I would like to thank the executive leadership for their continued support of the Nursing Center of Excellence. Dr. Alex Johnson, President of Cuyahoga Community College, Dr. Karen Miller, Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Lisa Williams, President, Eastern Campus, Dr. Denise McCory, Interim President, Metropolitan Campus, Dr. Donna Imhoff, President, Western Campus, Dr. Terry Pope, President, West Shore Campus. I would also like to thank all other members of the college administrative teams, the Nursing Center of Excellence faculty and staff, and any other faculty and staff that contribute to supporting the success of our program. As the Dean of Nursing, I would first like to congratulate each and every one of you today on your success. I also commend you all on the energy and perseverance that was required on your journey to be here today, especially amid our current worldwide emergency. The last half of the spring 2020 semester is not one that any of us will easily forget. I do commend you all. Even though we cannot be together during this time, I feel the excitement that surrounds you as you share this moment with your loved ones at home. You embark on the next step in your journey at a time where being a nurse means more than ever, and the critical role you will play in the care of our community. This is a celebration of your accomplishments, but also a celebration of those loved ones that supported and encouraged you as you work toward achieving this remarkable goal. Please thank and encourage those that are there with you today. At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Johnson to present his greetings.
Congratulations. As president of Cuyahoga Community College, I am so proud to be with you and your families as you celebrate your achievement and success. You have completed at Tri-C one of the most successful and rigorous programs in all of America. Your academic achievement should be more gratifying given COVID-19 and the challenges it brought. You endured these and the academic demands of nursing to attain a cherished milestone that will be long remembered and that will serve you educationally, economically, and personally for years to come. You suffered long and sometimes sleepless nights, studying for difficult examinations and dealing with individual and family concerns, all while maintaining a focus on your academic pursuits. But you did it, you persevered, and you made it. Florence Nightingale, whose pledge will be recited today, once said, "I attribute my success to this. I never gave or took any excuses, and neither did you." She would be very proud of all of you, just as I am. Congratulations on receiving your nursing pin, and thank you for your commitment to this honorable, healing profession.
Next, Joshua Savage and Jake Walker will offer class reflections.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Tri-C Spring 2020 Nursing Commencement, COVID-19 style. Thank you to the friends and families of all the students who supported us through this treacherous time. Don't worry, we survived nursing school and COVID-19, so we can definitely survive the NCLEX. For those of you who don't know, I'm Jake Walker.
And I'm Josh Savage.
Well, Josh, we made it. We finally graduated nursing school.
I know, Jake, this is surreal. Can you believe they let us, of all people, do this speech? And during the year of the nurse?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were thinking, but no takebacks now. They probably got tired of us bothering them these past 2 years.
Agreed. We're going to have to email and stop in from time to time so they don't get bored without us.
I mean, honestly, who else is going to keep everyone on their toes if we don't?
Well, since we're here, I guess we should do some reflection and give them the outstanding speech they asked for, right?
I mean, we may as well since we're already here. This has been a wild ride and a ridiculous amount of work. Why don't we start from the beginning?
You mean when Professor Arnold gave you the nickname Jay from State Farm? Or do you mean the first time I argued about a test question?
Well, no. I mean, yes, but before then. Back when we had just begun nursing school. Surely I can't be the only one who is both terrified and excited at the same time.
I think you speak for nearly all of us when being both terrified and excited was a daily occurrence prior to and during the start of our first semester.
True, actually, but during the beginning, we got our first taste of what our futures held. For some of us, we got our first patient care experience. We learned what the nursing process was and finally knew what an NCLEX question was.
For those loved ones who may not be aware, an NCLEX question is this really cool concept where you can pick the right answer but still be wrong.
Yeah, Josh, but it's not the most right.
But you can get to the right answer using one of those things they taught us in first semester. ADPI, ABCs, Maslow.
Yeah, but you have to use the right one of those, otherwise the answer might be wrong. How cool.
And then we learned how to do medication calculations using dimensional analysis, which is not really confusing, but also kind of confusing. Like it works, but we're not really sure why it works. Pretty neat.
Okay, back to why we're up here. We have to keep the crowd entertained. We can show them the Squatty Potty video Professor Arnold showed us in first semester.
Jake, you cannot use our speech to sell your Squatty Potty. I'm pretty sure Jake has shares of Squatty Potty stock. Another thing I think we all learned is that it makes no difference how you got to this point. Our graduating class is a truly unique class, even before considering that we graduated nursing school during a pandemic. We are a very diverse group of graduates, and while this may be the first career for some, it could be a second or third career for others. All of us brought together for one goal.
What would that goal be? To make bank?
No, Jake, to become nurses and make a difference.
That too, obviously. We all chose nursing because we want to make a difference in people's lives. Nurses are one of the most trusted professionals in healthcare. Nursing school is really difficult, and for a good reason. We conquered that first semester and moved on to the second semester, where we learned about the different disease processes and how we can intervene to help them.
You're right. We also learned new skills that would further our nursing intelligence. We reached out to the community and dove into the new aspect of nursing in the community. We learned about different types of prevention and how we are in such a unique position to educate the community about ways to prevent disease. Remember when we went to the Westside Catholic Center and folded clothes for hours?
You mean, do I remember when we went to the Westside Catholic Center and I folded clothes while you watched?
I folded shirts too. Listen, it's hard work to sort through clothes for hours on end.
Yeah, you're right. But it was great to interact with people in the community and get their input on their health, and we were able to give them ways to promote their health. It was humbling and such an important part of our nursing education.
I think this was the semester too we both experienced failure on one test or another, tests in lecture or lab test outs. Geez, I guess it happens to the best of us, huh?
Yeah, Josh, unfortunately I do. This was a tough semester.
There is beauty in that though. Just like so many of us, we had our shortcomings, we failed tests, failed lab test outs, felt incompetent, but we all persevered. We all reflected on ways we could tackle the next exam and come out on top, and look at us now. We are graduate nurses.
Yes, we are. We overcame adversity we faced, and it has made us into the people we are today. Some of us may have been 4.0 students before beginning nursing school. Some of us may have never failed a test. But collectively, our ability to remediate on areas we struggled and formulate a new plan of action to tackle the next one built us.
I think we all suffered from self-care deficit related to interrupted family process, impaired memory, sleep deprivation, imbalanced nutrition, and social isolation.
Don't remind me. Let's get this moving on to something less traumatic.
Then to third, where we learned about psych, OB, and peds. Learning an entirely different part of nursing every 5 weeks was another unique challenge every graduate here today faced. I thought I was going to admit myself during our psych rotation. But there is one thing that nursing has done for us that I, for one, can say I never saw coming.
Well, don't keep us in suspense, Josh. Some of us have dinner plans, you know.
Nursing humbled us. It unraveled us both physically and emotionally, and it made us tender. It also taught us a great deal about uncertainty, because we are always suspended in uncertainty.
That's true. Nursing has taught us to be deliberate as well. Nurses must critically think and weigh hundreds of options a day and make the right choice every time. Nursing also taught us a great deal about empathy and bias. In nursing, empathy is so important to being an amazing nurse. As Dr. Janet Finn once said, you cannot bracket enough of yourself to know the other. Empathy is only a second best understanding. You have to do so much to unlearn your own bias.
We learned that it is only human to have bias, but we must be aware of those bias and control them. Whether our patient is a child with a terminal diagnosis or a serial killer, nurses must take care of their patients to the best of their ability. The amount of selflessness that every one of us will show throughout our career is what makes nursing a truly unique profession.
In addition to selflessness, nurses are known for their brilliance, ethics, and ideas. Explaining cancer to a child in a way they can understand it takes a great deal of brilliance. Knowing exactly what your patient currently needs and how they need it takes a great deal of brilliance.
Deciding to advocate for your patient in a difficult situation is not the easiest thing to do, but it is a great display of an ethical decision nurses are faced with every single day. In the Year of the Nurse, we are reminded of the ideas that nurses have had over the last 200 years and how those ideas have positively impacted the lives of an uncountable number of people.
Speaking of advocating, I think I might need to advocate for us to wrap this up before they cut off our video. Do you have any Imodium? Because I think they're about ready for us to stop the diarrhea we're spewing.
Well, Jake, Google tells me this is the time where we give our inspiring call to action. Do you want to handle that for us?
I mean, you could.
How about you start and I'll help? This is literally the last thing we have to do to graduate, Jake. Let's get this over with so we can play some video games.
It's a good idea. Tri-C nursing graduates of spring 2020, please use the compassion, education, and skills that your degree has afforded us to make positive change in the world. As graduate nurses, we're uniquely equipped to touch lives in a positive way every day.
Remember that although this is the end of one chapter, our next chapter begins as nurses.
Thank you all. Please join us in congratulating all of the graduate nurses beginning the next chapter of their nursing journey today.
The nursing pinning ceremony is a time-honored celebratory tradition that acknowledges nursing graduates and symbolically welcomes them into the nursing profession. We will now begin our pinning tradition. The significance of the pin will be read by Professor Amy Nelson. During this moment, please be pinned by your special person at home.
The significance of the nursing pin. In the mid to late 1800s, pins were used to differentiate medical and nursing personnel from their layman counterparts in times of war. The nursing pinning ceremony has evolved into a time-honored celebratory tradition that acknowledges the accomplishments of nursing graduates and symbolically welcomes them into the nursing profession. Shown on the cover, the college's nursing pin features notable symbols characteristic of its graduates. The college seal, the outline of the city of Cleveland, and the state of Ohio seal symbolize growth and continued progress. Together, the torch and the Telstar represent perseverance, determination, learning, and communication. Lastly, the nuclear energy symbol represents research and modern technology. These characteristics combined are the embodiment of the Tri-C nursing graduate. Finally, the color apricot is representative of the academic discipline of nursing. For this reason, an apricot rose is normally presented to each nursing graduate to further honor their accomplishments.
We are so very fortunate that here at Tri-C, we have generous donors that support all of our students with scholarships that allow them to reach this point in their journey. At this time, I would like to formally recognize any scholarship recipients and donors that have joined in our ceremony virtually today. Thank you. Our Clinical Excellence Award is being presented to those graduates demonstrating the 5 C's of clinical excellence: competence, compassion, conscientiousness, commitment, and confidence. I am proud to acknowledge the following students for this award: Erica Beck, Jennifer Marie Borchett, Crosby Craddock, Megan Early, Emily Florian, Samantha Hoffman, Amy Kieres, Anthony Kustra, Zainab Ahmed, Fatia Rahman, Diana Marie Rosie, Joshua Savage, Kayla Swinney, Jake Walker, and Caitlin Willis. The Spirit of Nursing Award is given in recognition of outstanding leadership, commitment, and nurturing spirit within the field of nursing. We are proud to present 2 graduates with this award today. The first award is presented to a student that has been described as positive, committed, and caring. 3 characteristics that reflect the spirit of nursing. This student has volunteered time during many Student Nurses Association fundraisers, provided positive reinforcement to fellow classmates, knows how to make light of any situation while found studying hard. Our first Spirit of Nursing Award recipient is Caitlin Gursky. The next student to be recognized as a graduate who has significantly demonstrated active participation in the Student Nurses Association and has represented the program during various events and outreach opportunity. This student is one who aided in the development of the Student Nurses Association website, serves as a mentor for underclass students, demonstrated leadership through the development of various activities, has the ambition to succeed in whatever they desire. Our second Spirit of Nursing Award goes to Joshua Savage. The Dean's Award is given in recognition of outstanding academic performance and a commitment of service to others. We are proud to present 2 deserving graduates with this award today. Our first award recipient is described as caring, a stickler for details, and has achieved outstanding academic performance. Recognized as being instrumental in increasing the membership and activities of the Student Nurses Association, this graduate displays professionalism and always is positive, selflessly volunteers time to mentor peers, serve to tutor the underclass, and support others in the community. Known to make patients feel at ease, offers support not only to peers during this semester of transition for the spring, but also offers support to their faculty members as well. Never questioned what was requested, always willing. Our first Dean's Award honoree is Jake Walker. Our final award recipient is described as an excellent candidate for the Dean's Award. This awardee has demonstrated the desire and commitment to be successful in the program. This graduate has not only maintained high academic achievements, but has also made an impact on fellow students, faculty, and staff members, as well as potential nursing students. Has advocated for improvements to support student success, has a desire to continuously learn and grow as a nurse, has actively participated in the Student Nurses Association to promote student engagement through the creation of a website and mentoring program, and as a volunteer during community events. It is my pleasure to present Fathia Rahman with the Dean's Award. Each spring, we honor a faculty member chosen by the submissions from the nursing student body. Students are asked to nominate the faculty member that has impacted them during their nursing school journey. Here are what the students have to say about our Spring 2020 honoree. Has made a lasting impression, demonstrates professionalism, makes us all feel comfortable doing things that we may not be comfortable doing, pushes us to think about why, always there to clarify things, explain things, and answer questions, prompts us to critically think through the nursing process, models the class, compassion, and empathy of an amazing nurse continually. Truly an inspiration. It is my absolute honor to award Professor Christine Biggers this year's distinction. At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Linda Strong, who will lead us in the Florence Nightingale Pledge.
Hello and congratulations, graduates. We are so proud of your accomplishment. I ask that you would join me in reciting the Florence Nightingale Pledge that will appear on your screen. I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to faithfully practice my profession of nursing. I will do all in my power to make and maintain the highest standards and practices of my profession. I will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping in the practice of my calling. I will devote myself to the welfare of my patients, my family, and my community. I will endeavor to fulfill my rights and privileges as a good citizen and take my share of responsibility in promoting the health and welfare of the community. I will constantly endeavor to increase my knowledge and skills in nursing and to use them wisely. I will zealously seek to nurse those who are ill, wherever they may be and whenever they are in need. I will be active in assisting others in safeguarding and promoting the health and happiness of humankind.
On May 12th, we celebrated the 200th birthday of Florence Nightingale. The year 2020 has been identified as the Year of the Nurse internationally. How fitting is it that we celebrate the Year of the Nurse during a time in history that nurses are serving on the front lines during a pandemic, impacting the lives of all. While this may be a non-traditional ending to your nursing school journey, carry with you the knowledge and skills that have brought you this far. Be reminded that your licensure exam may be delayed but still awaits. Review a little every day in the course of the new adventures that await you as you begin your role in practice. I would like to close our ceremony today with a quote from Florence Nightingale. Nursing is, above all, a progressive calling. Year by year, nurses have to learn new and improved methods as medicine and surgery and hygiene improve. Year by year, nurses are called upon to do more and better than they have done. These words are still relevant for all of us nurses watching here today, and those nurses working on the front line, and of course our new graduates as they enter the profession. Let this always guide you in your lifelong nursing practice. Congratulations again to our graduates and those at home celebrating their joy. Thank you all for joining us this evening and for your continued dedication and to the success of our students and to the Nursing Center of Excellence. Stay healthy and be safe.